On behalf of the Texas Lottery Commission Charitable Bingo Operations Division, welcome to the Bingo Training. This training consists of 6 modules. These modules are directed to the bingo chairperson and the unit designated agent. Everyone involved in bingo operations is encouraged to take this training. Throughout the training, we will be using abbreviations such as BEA for Bingo Enabling Act, RULE for Charitable Bingo Administrative Rule, BSP for Bingo Services Portal, and Commission for the Texas Lottery Commission Charitable Bingo Operations Division. Now let's take a look at the second module, Licensing. In this section, we will cover license types, how to apply for various types of licenses, when to amend a license, how to renew a license, obtaining a bond or security, how to request your organization be put on administrative hold, how to remove your organization from administrative hold, and the benefits of access through the BSP. There are 4 different bingo license types: conductor, lessor, distributor, and manufacturer. Conductors hold licenses to conduct charitable bingo. Lessors hold licenses to lease premises on which bingo games are conducted. Distributors hold licenses to sell, distribute, and supply bingo equipment. Licensed conductors must purchase bingo supplies and equipment from licensed distributors. A list of distributors is maintained on the bingo website. Manufacturers produce or assemble bingo equipment or supplies for use in bingo games. There are original conductor application guides available for organizations on the website under the License tab. These guides contain all the information, documentation, form examples, and other information that is required to be submitted with each type of original application. The various types of nonprofit organizations which may be licensed to conduct bingo include veterans organizations, religious societies, volunteer EMS providers, fraternal organizations, non-annual temporary, non-profit medical organizations, and volunteer fire departments. The original application, with supporting and required documentation received by the Commission, must demonstrate that the organization meets all qualifications and requirements for a license to conduct bingo. Once received, the original application is assigned to a licensing and permit specialist for processing. Each person required to be named in an original application for license under the BEA will have a criminal record history inquiry at state and/or national level. If there is incomplete information or missing documentation, the licensing and permit specialist will notify the applicant via a 21-day letter. The missing information must be provided within 21 calendar days. If the requested information or documentation is not received by the Commission within the 21-day deadline, the application is referred to compliance for administrative action. A license is issued for all applications meeting all requirements. A regular license allows up to 3 bingo occasions per calendar week, with each occasion lasting up to 4 hours. A calendar week is considered to start at 12 a.m. on Sunday. Under the BEA, the number of occasions that can be conducted at the same location is limited to 2 per day. BEA Section 2001.404 allows a licensed authorized organization to conduct bingo in contiguous counties to the county where the organization maintains their primary business office, or if the organization does not have a primary business office, contiguous to the county of the principal residence of the chief executive officer. Contiguous means touching or sharing a common border. As seen on this map, Travis County is shown in red, and the contiguous counties are in blue. This provision allows licensed, authorized organizations with primary business offices in Travis County to conduct bingo in Williamson, Bastrop, Caldwell, Hayes, Blanco, and Burnett counties where the conduct of bingo has been legally approved by elections. The registry is a list maintained by the Commission of persons whom the Commission has conducted a criminal history background check and who are approved to be involved in the conduct of bingo. The individuals listed on the registry can work and/or volunteer throughout Texas. An individual cannot volunteer or work in bingo unless their name is on the registry of approved bingo workers, or they are declared a provisional employee. Operators, managers, cashiers, callers, ushers, salespersons, the bingo chairperson, and the bookkeeper must be listed on the registry. In addition, the operators, the bingo chairperson, and the bookkeeper must also be listed under the organization's records with their appropriate title. Submit a worker registry application on the Bingo Service Portal, or go to the Bingo website and print an application, then mail or fax the completed form to the Commission. Pass a criminal history background investigation. For those with an out-of-state driver's license or home address, fingerprint cards are required to be submitted with the application. Once a person is added to the registry, their registration is valid for 3 years, starting from the date they were added. However, if they are determined to be non-qualified any time within the 3 years due to a conviction, they will be removed from the worker registry and must stop working bingo immediately. While on duty, registered workers and operators are required to wear an identification card issued by the Commission. Identification cards must be clearly visible and list the individual's name and unique registration number. Identification cards are not transferable, and personal photo identification must be presented when requested by a Commission employee. Note that registry identification cards, being properly worn and displayed during a licensed bingo occasion, is a key inspection item with the Commission during bingo hall visits and game observations. A provisional employee is an individual who is employed by an organization as an operator, manager, cashier, usher, caller, or salesperson while awaiting the results of a background check, whether paid or not. Provisional employee status can only be requested on original worker registry applications. The application must include the employing organization and playing location information as required. Provisional employees must stop working if a Texas resident and has not received a badge by the 14-day submission expiration date, or an out-of-state resident and have submitted fingerprints with the application but have not received a badge by the 75-day submission expiration date, if found to be ineligible on the basis of the background investigation. Now, let's discuss amending a bingo license. A license must be amended anytime your organization information changes from what appears on the face of your license. Amendments may include bingo chairperson, the name of your organization, primary business office location, playing days or times, playing location, and organization information. The conductor license amendment can be found on our website under Forms. If the organization changes its bingo chairperson, the new chairperson must be a current officer or a member of the board of directors of the organization. The chairperson must stay current with the bingo training requirement and have a current worker registry badge at all times. The chairperson is also not permitted to be a designated member of the organization. The amendment form cannot be approved unless all of these requirements are met. When amending an organization's name, think of it as a formal process. You must submit the following with the amendment form: a copy of the meeting minutes reflecting when your organization voted to change its name, a copy of all the amended organization instruments reflecting the change in name, a copy of the correspondence sent to the IRS for recording the change on the 501c records, and a letter from the parent organization approving of the name change, if applicable. A primary business office is where the records relating to the primary purpose of the organization are maintained in the ordinary course of business. If your organization does not have a business office, then it is considered the residential address of your chief executive officer. If the organization changes its primary business office, enclose a certified copy of the meeting minutes, signed by an officer, indicating the date and business location where the members of the organization voted to move. If the business office is moving to a non-adjacent county, at least 20% of the members' residences must be located in the non-adjacent county. Organizations who do not have a business office and use the residence of their CEO must amend their primary business office whenever there are elections and the CEO changes. When submitting an amendment to change occasion days and times, please ensure the days and times you are requesting do not conflict with any of the other organizations at the hall, and that the number of occasions does not exceed the allowable limit per day or week. Enter the entire playing schedule, including the days and times that are not changing. If an organization amends its playing location, it must submit an amendment form with all required information and proper signatures, a copy of the meeting minutes recording that the organization voted to move the bingo playing location, indicating the exact playing location address including zip code, and the exact name of the new playing location, if applicable. The new playing location must be in the same county as the primary business office, or as previously mentioned, an adjacent county. If the playing location is not currently licensed, your amendment will not be granted until the commercial lessor license is approved for the location, if other than a location your organization owns. When amending an organization's contact information, the following must be completed on the amendment form: mailing address, organization website, fax number, individual's name to contact, telephone number, and email address. Finally, the last point we want to make and stress in this module is that you have a responsibility to keep the Commission timely informed of any changes in your bingo operation. Other examples of instances that may require an amendment are listed here, but please keep in mind that any change to your operation should be reported to the Commission. All individuals listed on the registry must report changes of personal information contained on their application within 30 days of the change. You can make this change via the BSP or with a hard copy of the form, which can be found on our website. A temporary license may be issued for a single 4-hour bingo occasion for a specified date and time. These temporary occasions are over and above the maximum of 3 occasions per week allowed with an annual bingo license. A conductor with a regular license may receive up to 24 temporary licenses within their license period year. A conductor with a 2-year regular license may receive up to 24 temporary licenses in each year of the license, for a total of 48 temporary licenses. Organizations which do not hold a regular license are eligible for only 6 temporary licenses within each calendar year. Organizations may request temporary licenses to play additional occasions at the same location as the regular license, or at a different location. It is not necessary that the organization conduct bingo at a licensed playing location under a temporary license. One thing the organization must remember is that any temporary playing location must be in the same county as the organization's primary business office, or adjacent county, and the location must be legalized for bingo by election. If a temporary occasion is not held due to extreme weather or other mitigating circumstances, the canceled temporary occasion may be rescheduled at the discretion of the bingo director. The organization will need to return the unused licenses, along with a letter requesting the new days and times. If this situation occurs, call our licensing section for further instruction. An application may be withdrawn at any time prior to the approval or denial. Once the written request for withdrawal is received by the Commission, all processing will cease and the withdrawal is considered final. If the organization wants to reapply for a license, a complete new application is required. All annual regular licenses must be renewed. Conductors, lessors, distributors, and manufacturers may obtain a license that is effective for 1 or 2 years, as mentioned earlier. An organization wishing to renew a license for a 2-year period must checkmark the 2-year license option on the renewal application. The organization is responsible for the timely filing of the renewal application. If the organization has not received the renewal application or it has been misplaced, please contact the licensing department to request another renewal application. An email request for an additional copy of the renewal application may be submitted through the Contact Us section on the Commission website. As a reminder, the organization's current address of record is a critical piece of information and vital to the organization receiving all the correspondence. Being late more than 60 days can cost the organization the bingo license. In addition, on day 61, the organization is required to cease all bingo activities immediately, and the organization will have to start over with an original application if it wants to continue conducting bingo. Each renewal application is customized and contains the most current information on file for the organization at the time it was generated. Take a moment to review all the information printed on the form to ensure that all information is accurate. Changes can be made directly across from the pre-printed item on the application. Please ensure that all individual changes that you have previously informed our office of during your license period have been accurately updated. Update any discrepancies by making necessary changes or additions, but it is important to remember that none of the changes take effect until you have received your new license. One of the biggest delays of the conductor renewal process is neglecting to update any information that has changed from a previous application. An important reminder, do not wait until the renewal time to update your records. Before filing the application, please review it one more time to ensure that it accurately reflects your organization's current information. If an organization has not filed its renewal application, the licensing section will not approve any temporary licenses when the requested effective date is outside the current license period. The required worker renewal application must be received either via the BSP, fax, email, or mail and processed before the registrant's expiration date to avoid being removed from the worker registry. Also, please know that an individual who fails to receive their new badge prior to the expiration date must stop working immediately. The individual cannot serve as a worker, an operator, bookkeeper, or the chairperson, which includes signing applications and forms on behalf of the organization, until the person is relisted on the worker registry. Administrative hold. A licensed organization may request to place its regular license in administrative hold, but only at the time of license renewal. Once the license has been placed in administrative hold, all bingo activity, i.e. leasing or conducting bingo, must cease until the licensee files an amendment and the amended license is issued by the Commission and received by the licensee. A licensed authorized organization with its regular license in administrative hold may not conduct bingo under a temporary license. A license may not be in administrative hold for more than 12 consecutive quarters. All reports, returns, and remittances are still required to be filed timely. When the organization on administrative hold is ready to begin conducting bingo again, the organization must file a conductor license amendment form and complete the playing location information and provide certified meeting minutes of when the organization voted to resume their bingo activities. The certified meeting minutes, if included with the amendment, must indicate the exact name and address of the playing location, including the zip code, and be certified as true and correct and signed and dated by an officer of the organization. As we have mentioned previously, the playing location must be in the same county as the primary business office, or an adjacent county. The BSP is a tool that is available for users to access organization and personal information. The user is able to data enter, review, print, and submit quarterly filings for the organizations with which they are associated. A conductor annual license holder may submit a request for a regular temporary license via the BSP. And the bingo chairperson and the operators are the only individual allowed to print licenses. While many of the items can be handled through the BSP, please note that the most up-to-date version of all forms is also available on the bingo website. Some of these forms have now been made interactive, which allows for the information to be entered rather than handwritten on the entries. As mentioned earlier, the bingo chairperson or an operator of the organization can print an annual license and a temporary license. To print from the BSP, Adobe Reader software must be installed on your computer, and pop-ups must be enabled in the browser. The Commission's computer system must process and print the license prior to its availability for printing via the BSP. Once the Commission prints the license, there will be a green-colored printer icon listed in the BSP that the bingo chairperson and operator can click to print the organization's license. This concludes Module 2, Licensing.